So I ended up going to the city council meeting soon after that, and I wrote my testimony. And there was two things that I wanted to get out that I knew the city hall could stop the whole testimony. They could end it, they could cut me off, they could cut my mic off, they could cut the video off, it didn't matter. One of those statements was saying somebody on this panel right now sells Nazi contraband. Another one was telling of when I went to City Hall and that the retired chief, Brian O'Malley, came around the corner on the other side of the wall to disrupt me. What happened at City Hall was that the mayor cut me off, and he's going to cut me off because they had passed an ordinance. Not something that I was involved with, but a former person that I was friends with that ended up stalking me and threatening to kill me and my roommate, and also called us the N-word when I'm Mexican and my roommate was Puerto Rican. Yeah. If you ever question around supremacy, sometimes those are indicators. But anyway, that person ended up putting the mayor on blast, and it was from their efforts or whatever. I wouldn't even call them efforts. I don't even know what it was, but it was that thing that they were pursuing that made the city change the way they do testimony. And so once somebody talks about staff or anything kind of like they don't want to talk about city councilors or mayor, and if there's complaints, they will shut down the conversation. So you have 3 minutes to say a testimony, and you have to allow time for mess ups. You have to allow time for people cutting you off. You have to allow time in case you cough or whatever. Doesn't matter. 3 minutes is the limit. And so I said the Nazi contraband, and I also said the thing about Brian O'Malley. So on video, for people that aren't familiar with the way council is run, or like the expectation, they will just see me getting cut off, which works to my benefit. It works good. I mean, it's what happened, you know what I mean? But it just looks good. And that's okay. I need some kind of attention and highlight to the issues. I think sometimes it's okay too for decision makers, because they're in the moment. They have those the power and the authority to make decisions on when and where and how to shut somebody down too, right? Whether they pass ordinances or not. So anyway, I got that out, and I knew saying those things could have risked me getting my testimony shut down, but those were the only two things that I really wanted to hit home from. And because I said my testimony, the counselor that took issue with me, because he's invested in discrediting me, was victim blaming me and shaming me and professing how great the police department was, but wouldn't initially just denounce white supremacy. And I think it's so telling. A lot of dog whistle. But this is the stuff that pumps me up. And I don't know. Maybe I get overly excited about it and people aren't. I know it's dangerous territory. I know it's not safe. There are organizers that end up missing, murdered, dying by suicide, or the narrative of, and because of elements of anti-racist, anti-violence, anti-police efforts. This is a real deal, hardcore shit. And I am in a community that is deeply, deeply, deeply with thickening of supremacy, in its history and even present day. So, we definitely had the signs aligning, and we could definitely tell from power holders in their conversations at City Hall or their YouTube videos talking about their rentals or things like that, using dog whistle within 7 seconds of an opening and knowing immediately what the message is. Yeah, exciting stuff. I just don't know what it means for Lewiston. I'm just happy to be sharing my experiences. I want people to know, and I want them to know the truth around here of what happens. And it's concerning when the police department there has denied that supremacy even exists, that it's even a thing, that we've even had a problem or had things like flyer drops or things like that around Bates College or other communities. And they acknowledge that they are not well versed in supremacy and identifying it, elements of it, probably behaviors and characteristics and traits, and then refuse survivors of violence to speak to the FBI. Normally, people in positions of authority or positions to help support survivors want to be a connector. They want to help a survivor. They want to know and understand those things. And so, yeah. Once the conversation involves elements of extremism and insult, it's a whole different game changer. A whole different game changer. And I'm just so fucking glad to be doing the work.